Good morning, Soul Tribe. I hope that you are all doing well. Here I am again with the channeled message, or whatever messages get channeled through me from Spirit. I will share with you. And there was 2 cards that popped out today, and the deck that I was guided to was the Quantum Oracle deck. For those of you who were interested in knowing what deck I used. So I wanted to, I want to do this every morning. I want to pull some cards, and go with whatever messages Spirit wants to channel through me for all of you. And it's usually for whatever the collective needs to hear. So I just go with it. And whatever comes true, comes true. Whatever explanation comes true, comes true. But what I'm finding is that all of these messages really are all connected to this, the Soul's Journey Back to Your Heart series. When I came up with that title, it was a while ago. I wasn't really sure where it was going to lead me. But it makes perfect sense, right? We're here on a journey. We're here to experience experiences and to learn lessons. And some people will find themselves stuck stuck in old patterns of behavior, and others are taking all of those lessons that they learned and using them and applying them to their future moving forward, right? To start creating the life that they want, really. So again, I guess everything makes sense to me now as far as why I chose that title, because it is our soul. It's our soul that is going through this journey. Our body is just a vessel carrying it through. Of course, our body has to be in alignment with mind, body, and spirit alignment, right? In order for us to be able to get through a lot of these lessons and challenges and experiences that we chose before we came here to experience in this lifetime here on 3D, the hardest realm, planet, whatever you want to call it. I'm finding the hardest one, and where we're learning the hardest lessons, right? But we chose those lessons for a reason, and again, it's for our soul's evolution, to continue to grow, to continue to evolve. But really, when I think about it, our soul already knows all of this stuff, right? So it's just kind of waking back up to remembering where we came from. So the soul takes us on a journey through life and experiences, lessons, repeated lessons, repeated patterns, until we finally awaken to the truth of who we really are, right? Where we really came from, why we started this journey. And I always refer to it as a game. It's a game. It's a game that we chose, lessons that we chose. And I guess those lessons are supposed to awaken us to remembering who we are. So it's just repeated over and over. And when this lifetime is over and the next lifetime, and we come back into the next lifetime, whatever we didn't learn in the previous life, we choose to learn possibly in this life as well, right? And then in an instance of when we hear about soulmates, and soulmates can be all kinds of people that come in and out of our life. They don't have to all be romantic. They can be family, friends, anything that is supposed to awaken us, I guess, to our remembering who we truly are. So as I was saying, the soul's journey back to your heart. So I feel, and as I keep pulling these cards every morning, and I think I'm going to call it morning coffee with me, Spirit. So we could all come together at a specific time or whenever the information gets downloaded, right? It's usually in the morning before I start my day. I like to pull a card and share it with the collective, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Just so that we could all see, really, this is really a journey. You know, it's exciting sometimes, it's sad sometimes, it's challenging sometimes, but it's a journey. It's a journey. And I think when we can look at it as being just that, a journey, and not let those experiences define us and just kind of get through them as best as we can, we'll get to the other side a lot easier, right? So it's about not resisting. And I know it's easier said than done. So this series that I feel was guided to me by choosing that name, because in essence, that is exactly what is transpiring here with us. It's a journey back to our hearts, to remember who we really are, to remember where we really came from, and to remember the possibilities, how amazing and how strong we really are. And for those who believe in the past lives, understand that we've been through many lives as many people in many experiences. So just imagine what our soul has gone through and how truly strong we really are to get through all of those lessons, and then to choose to come back, right? To relearn, to experience something new, to learn a lesson. It's pretty amazing that we can choose that, right? You know, I know we people are probably saying, well, why the heck would we choose the experiences that we've gone through, the challenges, the hardships? It really is, I think, just for us to see for ourselves how really strong we really are, right? And everything that we need is within us. It's already within us. It's in our heart. It's our soul. It's there already, you know? So remembering that. And here I go again with the throat chakra. So there's a lot of people that still need to express. Really take the time to express. And if you can't verbalize what is going on with you and what you're experiencing, because that's really what the throat chakra represents, really. It's not about being outgoing, articulate, popular, whatever. It's really about being able to express how you feel about whatever experience you are going through. And this is the problem. What most people is in the struggle with most people is they don't want to express what they feel or how they feel. Because again, I feel like that comes from programming and limited beliefs as well. We feel like we're going to appear as weak. We're going to appear as vulnerable, right? So we put on this persona, this mask of being put together and strong for the outside world to see. Although we have that strength within us. But when we put that mask on, it's just to appear. You know, it's an illusion that we create for ourselves, for the world, and the people around us, in thinking we are what we are, what we want people to think we are, you know, and not really express really, truly what is going on with us. So again, it's all part of the soul's journey, right? So the soul's journey back to our heart is just going through the experiences, learning the lessons, and moving forward, recognizing all of these behaviors and patterns that continue to repeat. And really at the end of the day, look at that, geometry, that's validation. But really at the end of the day, it's really just to see ourselves for who we are, right? It's really about being truthful and 100% truthful about who we are, how we feel, what we are experiencing, what we are going through, right? And being honest. And we don't really have to prove that to anybody outside of ourselves. It's really just to prove it to yourself. And that's what this whole challenge, this journey, is really knowing at the end of the day, it's about you. This journey is about you. It's not about your experiences. It is not about any of that. It's about learning the lessons, understanding where they came from. And and I've talked about this in my series, I don't know which segment it was, because I talk about it and I touch upon it, in all of my segments. But it's really about you just being truthful. How do you really feel? It's okay. What doesn't feel right? Why do we put so much pressure on ourselves to appear to be something that we're not? Why can't we just be real? 100% real. Why can't we just express what we truly feel, how we really feel, right? Yeah, I can understand this. Some people don't want to do that because they feel like, again, they are vulnerable, they're weak, they're not strong. But the strength is in being able to do that. The strength comes from being able to be truthful about it, right? How do I feel? How do I truly feel? Not what does society want me to feel, or what does my parents think I should be or do or act, or it's not about that. And that's what the journey is about. It's to remember that we don't need any of that stuff because everything is inside of us. And really, if you really think about it, we've gone through a lot of this stuff already, right? We just have to kind of like, in a sense, perfect it, master it, right? Mastering self. This is about us mastering ourselves. And mastering ourselves is knowing that we are here to learn. We are here to evolve. We are here to see the stuff within us that no longer serves us. And we are here to break those patterns and release them, to heal all of the unhealed trauma from ourselves and from our lifelines, from past lives, our ancestors, our family lines, right? Because when we can heal that, we put a stop to a lot of this continuing to repeat those patterns, to feeling depressed and not good enough over and over and over. And it has to come to an end at some point, right? And we have to recognize it for its truth. For when we see the truth in it, it will set us free. We won't be stuck in that old paradigm, in the matrix of how things should appear to be or look, the illusions that are created for us, right? It's really getting back to heart. It's getting back to us, getting back to the simple things in life, to the love, to the self-love, to your self-love, just understanding that, again, these are just experiences that we chose to learn. And there's all different types of love that we have to experience, really, to open up fully to unconditional love, right? So we have to go through all kinds of love, fake love, toxic love, whatever love you want to think. I mean, every love we've been through that we thought was love, that really truly wasn't love. And really true unconditional love is when you feel that amazing love for yourself. Because again, this journey, this soul's journey, is about you remembering that you already are God source energy, pure love. And we are on this journey to get back to remembering that. So we have to go through this game of life, experiences, lessons, to end those old versions, those unhealed versions of ourselves and the people before us. When we become we become fully awakened to understanding and knowing that everything we need is within us already. That true love is here with us already. We carry it through life. It's just those experiences are what block us from remembering that. So I'm going to just end this right now, and I'm going to show you the cards in the next segment. I'll see you in a minute.